Hey students, today it's the first Wednesday of 2021. We're in a new year. And with the new year and reflecting on last year in 2020, we have a lot of emotions. I have a lot of emotions just looking on what's going on in the world around us, what's going on in my life, what's going on in the lives of you guys, going back to school virtual and hopefully going back in person. We've had to deal with a lot of different things. And because of that, we've had to deal with a lot of different emotions. You know, this year there might be anticipation, maybe some apprehension. We're maybe a little hesitant or fearful or just unsure. We have a lot of different emotions, and sometimes we don't know what to do with those emotions. We don't know even what the right word for that emotion is. And I want to let you know, guys, that's okay. That's okay that you guys we're feeling a lot of things and we can't always name it. But what we're going to do this week is we're going to start trying to name some of the emotions that we're feeling. And so one of the resources that I have that I'm going to get out to you guys is that just like this feelings wheel. I know it sounds kind of hokey and we don't like to talk about it. But I think it's just very helpful to see other words that describe how we feel. For instance, like if we're feeling scared, we could be fearful, but also that means we could be insecure or we feel inferior. We could be overwhelmed. All of these things play into our lives, and God gave us feelings, but those feelings don't have to control us. He didn't mean for those feelings to control us. Our emotions don't have to be the boss of us. And what I mean by that is just think about, maybe a toddler, and when they get upset, their emotions take control and they throw a tantrum. They might throw things, they might hit you, they might fall on the ground, they might cry, they might scream, and they have no control over their emotions whatsoever. In times we get like that as well. When our emotions, they get the best of us. We're not thinking straight, or our emotions lead us into a behavior that's not what God wants us to do. That's not living out, getting closer to God. They might lead us into a behavior that leads us away from God and leads others away from God. Or it might lead us into a behavior that's hurtful for others. The Bible tells us that for it is within, out of a person's heart, that evil thoughts come. It's from within that we can behave in a way that is pushing others away from God. And so we need to be aware of our emotions, how our emotions impact our lives and how we respond, and how our emotions impact the lives of other people. And so that's what we're going to talk about, is just get a feel for where you're at. I need to get a feel for where I'm at and what I'm feeling and how to best handle that in a way that's going to put me in a better situation, in a way that I can live to my fullest potential, which is what God wants me to do. And what God wants all of us to do is to live our lives to our fullest potential and thriving in our relationship with Him. And so I pray that this year we would just be able to connect more together and to learn how are we going to process last year and how we can take our best step forward into 2020. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week. Praying for you and your families as you continue this schooling journey online, and hopefully as you go back next week. Take care. We'll see you next time.